Good morning, everybody. So I didn't make a video last week or the week before, and I've been pretty absent from social media lately. I wanted to just make a video explaining why. Normally these videos are a lot more scripted, but I just don't really have it in me right now. Being in front of camera actually feels really weird. So I want to start this out by saying I'm not a mental health professional. I can only talk to you guys about my personal experiences. This isn't what mental illness looks like for everybody, but this is what it looks like for me. I'm doing a lot better today than I was a couple of days ago. I actually tried to make this video 2 days ago because I wanted to put it out on time, and I just couldn't do it. I have suffered with mental illness for as long as I can remember, definitely my entire adult life, most of my life. It's not uncommon for me to fall into these depressive episodes where I can't get out of bed, I can't get any work done, I really can't do much of anything. Usually during an episode, I can't speak very well, I can't really make eye contact with people, I can't communicate very well at all. I'll sometimes totally fall off the grid, which is kind of what happened the past couple of weeks. Sometimes it feels like I have this veil over my face, or things get really foggy. I feel everything just feels really slowed down. During these episodes, I usually don't eat very well. If I do, it's not the most healthy thing in the world. Like for the past week, I've been pretty much living off of crackers and peanut butter. I can't really be very productive. I can't get a lot of work done. I usually can't even get out of bed long enough to brush my teeth, much less write a YouTube script or work on commissions. I actually tried to do this video the other day when I wasn't doing as good as I am right now, and it went kind of like this. Good morning, guys. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. I know a lot of times people have some romanticized idea of what mental illness looks like, that it's depressingly beautiful or poetic in some way, and it's not. It's painful. It's really easy for me to put on this confident, positive side of myself on social media, but whenever I am falling into a slope, whenever I'm getting into a depressive episode, that's what it looks like. It's painful. It hurts. It physically hurts. I don't show you that for pity or condolence. I show you that because I want you to know how real that this is. I get really, really overwhelmed by things that are usually really simple or a no-brainer. Like I can't work on cosplays because my workstation is really messy, but I can't clean my workstation because then I have to organize my drawers, and I can't organize my drawers because I don't have any room to do it because my workstation is really messy, and I just can't get anything done. My brain gets really caught up in all of these thoughts, and I fall down this slope until I can't get out of bed for like 3 days. And I'm fully aware that I have work to do, and now I'm getting all kinds of anxiety because I have so much work to do, but I'm so depressed that I literally can't get up to do it. And the depression is making me more anxious, and the anxiety is just making me more depressed, and it just continues like this. Having mental illness is exhausting. I mean, I can spend an entire day in bed and still just be too tired to move because my brain is so hyperactive. My subconscious is constantly fighting with itself, and that is completely draining. The anxiety gets so bad that my heart rate spikes, my chest will burn really bad, I can't eat, I can't breathe. Sometimes I get this weird feeling, I suddenly will feel really heavy, and it almost feels like I'm underwater, or something is putting a lot of pressure on my body, and it's terrifying. And it isn't always triggered by something. It's just my brain lying to me and telling me that things aren't okay when things are probably okay. It makes the question, what's wrong, really, really frustrating when people ask me, because even though they're coming to me with sincerity and they just care, I can't really answer that question because nothing is really wrong, and that's kind of the problem. I have been trying for many years to get professional help for my mental illness for a lot of different reasons that I'm not really going to get into, that has proven to be super, super difficult. I just recently, a couple of weeks ago, got in touch with a good doctor who set me up with a therapist and a psychiatrist, and I'm finally starting to get some good treatment. I finally got a diagnosis a couple of days ago. I went 25 years without a proper diagnosis. At first, it was really relieving for them to tell me what's wrong with me, because I've known my entire life that something is wrong, and it feels really good and validating to know that I'm not just broken, that I have an illness, that this can be fixed, that there is a word for it, that there's other people who have this, there's other people like me going through the things that I'm going through right now, and That feels really, really good. What I'm struggling with is the fact that this diagnosis is not what I thought that it was going to be. For the longest time, I thought that I had one thing. It turns out to be something completely different, and I'm having to go back and sort of question my sense of self. I'm not going to go into the specifics of what I was diagnosed with, and not because I'm ashamed of it, because I'm absolutely not, but because it's personal and I'm still processing it. I'm confident at some point I will get more into it once I have more information and I've started my treatments and stuff, but this definitely has had me questioning a lot of the choices that I've made in my life and a lot of the things that I've done. Now that I know the reasoning behind a lot of my thought patterns, I'm wondering, did I make certain choices because I made them? Or did I make them because my illness told them to? Is my personality and character a result of the experiences that I've had due to my illness, or is my illness what formed my characters and personalities? It's really scary to feel like you're not the captain of your own ship. Hopefully things will start to get a lot better. I've got this new medication. I've got this new therapy. I've got all of these new treatments. I'm very excited, and I'm very determined to work hard and to work on myself and to figure these things out. In the meantime, I'm feeling very isolated by my pain. It's really easy to forget that there are other people who are like us, and there's other people who feel the same things that we are. I know even as a lot of you are watching this video, you're probably thinking, yeah, but my illness doesn't look like that. She doesn't feel what I'm feeling, and it's probably true. You don't feel what I'm feeling either. Our pain is subjective and often without definition or logical reasoning, but it's still there. The lack of vocabulary doesn't make it any less real. There's this really strange stigma in our culture surrounding mental illness. There's this really strange stigma in our culture surrounding mental illness that not only tries to make us feel ashamed of the things that we can't control, but also tries to deny its existence at all. It's not something that we can see or touch or even describe without metaphor. I've been told so many times that I'll just be happy if I just get out and exercise or eat right or start smoking weed. One of the hardest things to deal with when it comes to depression is the feeling of hopelessness. At least once a day, I just get this overwhelming dread that my life is gonna go nowhere, that I'm not gonna be able to amount to anything, that what's the point of even trying? And in those moments, I really believe that. And it's really hard not to sometimes. But overall, I am not without hope that I can be in control of my life. I don't look forward to the day that I'm going to be without mental illness because frankly, that day is never going to come. But that doesn't mean that I can't still look forward. I look forward to adapting to my new medications. I look forward to meeting with my new therapist and my psychiatrist. I look forward to learning and taking the necessary steps to combat my mental illness. And I'm looking forward to life. I'm really looking forward to a life that I'm going to have once I learn how to cope with my mental illness better too. We have to be positive that all of these things are happening for a reason and that the best is yet to come, because without that, we would go insane. This week has been really hard, and I'm not blind to the fact that it's just going to get harder, but I'm going to be in control of my life again because I might have mental illness, but mental illness doesn't get to have me. So I'm going to see you guys next week. Stay confident.